What's the dumbest argument you've ever been dragged into? Last summer I was working at this pizza place downtown. Nothing fancy, just a small family joint that's been around forever. I was the delivery driver, so most days I just minded my own business. But this one Tuesday, I got dragged into the stupidest fight of my entire life, all over whether a hot dog is a sandwich. It started when this customer, Brian, came in to pick up his order. Regular guy, comes in maybe twice a week, always orders the same thing. Pepperoni pizza, large, extra cheese. While he's waiting, he starts talking to Mitch, the cook. Mitch is like 19, thinks he knows everything about everything. They're just making small talk about food. Then Brian mentions he had a hot dog for lunch. Mitch goes, "Oh, so you had a sandwich for lunch?" Brian looks confused. "What? No, I had a hot dog." "Yeah, a hot dog sandwich." "Dude, a hot dog isn't a sandwich." I'm standing there waiting for Brian's pizza to come out of the oven, trying to stay out of it, but Mitch looks at me. "Connor, back me up here. A hot dog is totally a sandwich, right? It's meat between bread." I should have just shrugged. Instead, I said, "I don't know, man. I think most people would say it's just a hot dog." Wrong answer. Now Mitch is getting defensive. "That makes no sense. If you put meat between two pieces of bread, it's a sandwich. That's literally the definition." Brian jumps back in. "But it's not two pieces of bread. It's one piece that's connected." "So what about a sub sandwich?" Mitch asks. "That's one connected piece of bread too." "That's different," I said, even though I wasn't sure why. Now we're all arguing. Three grown men debating sandwich classification like it's a Supreme Court case. Brian pulls out his phone. "Look it up. I guarantee you won't find hot dogs listed under sandwiches anywhere." Mitch grabs his phone too. "Fine, but I'm telling you, structurally, it's identical to a sandwich." I'm thinking this is ridiculous, but I'm also getting curious. "What about tacos? Are those sandwiches?" "Don't even start with tacos," Brian says. "That's a completely different category." "Why? It's meat and bread. It's a tortilla, not bread." "Tortillas are bread," Mitch argues. "They're just flat bread." Now we're debating whether tortillas count as bread. The pizza comes out, but none of us notice because we're too busy arguing about food categories. Other customers start getting involved. This lady waiting for her order says hot dogs are definitely not sandwiches. Her boyfriend disagrees. The owner, Mr. Castellano, comes out from the back. He's this old Italian guy who's run the place for 30 years. "What's all the yelling about?" he asks. Mitch explains the whole thing. Mr. Castellano listens, nodding seriously like we're discussing world peace. "In Italy," he says, "we have something called panettone. Is that bread or cake?" Now we're arguing about Italian pastries. Brian is looking up sandwich definitions online. Mitch is drawing diagrams on napkins. I realize I've been standing here for 20 minutes arguing about food classification instead of making deliveries. "You know what?" I said. "This is insane. It's just a hot dog. Call it whatever you want." But it's too late. Everyone's invested now. Brian found some food scientist's blog post about sandwich theory. Mitch is citing Wikipedia articles. The lady who said hot dogs aren't sandwiches starts arguing with her boyfriend about whether wraps are sandwiches. Mr. Castellano is telling stories about different types of bread from his childhood in Sicily. Finally, the phone rings. It's a customer calling about their late delivery order. That snaps me back to reality. "I have to go deliver pizzas," I announced. "You guys figure out the sandwich thing." As I'm leaving, I hear Mr. Castellano say, "You know, in my opinion, if you have to argue about whether something is a sandwich, it's probably not a sandwich." Everyone went quiet for a second. Then Mitch goes, "Yeah, but what about grilled cheese?" I just walked out. When I came back an hour later, they were still at it. Now they were debating whether cereal is soup. Brian finally got his pizza, but he came back 3 more times that week just to continue the argument. It became like a daily philosophy club. The weirdest part? I started actually caring about the answer. I went home and researched sandwich definitions for like 2 hours that night. Turns out there's no official answer. Different food authorities classify things differently. Some say hot dogs are sandwiches, others don't, which somehow made the whole argument even more pointless and even more fascinating at the same time.